Okay, good morning, String Project. This is a quick video on how to properly practice your instrument. Although I'm holding my viola here, this video applies to all instruments. Violin, viola, cello, bass, even your woodwinds and brass and percussion. If CMSP people are watching this too, it applies to everybody. I've got 5 basic steps to help you practice better. So step number 1, of course, take out your instrument and set it up. For our string players in our family. Pretty simple stuff. I have some videos on the YouTube channel about instrument setup and maintenance and, making sure everything is taken care of, but I can repeat the basics here. Make sure your bow is rosined and that it's not too tight, not too loose. All 4 strings are tuned as best as you can. Your shoulder rest is on if you have it. Nice and comfortable, everything is lined up. Get your playing position, and once you're ready to play, okay, I feel pretty good. Everything is comfy. Step 2, long tones. It's kind of boring, but you have to do it. Just pretty basic long notes, getting yourself familiar with how you sound. Day to day, you're gonna be different. Some days you might be better than other. Every time you play your instrument, you wanna do at least a few long tones, like so. Maybe change your string too. What I'm looking for is equal weight distribution. Right? The sound doesn't stop as I move from the frog to the tip and vice versa. Listen for how the sound doesn't stop at all. Like that. You can also try some long tones with fingers held down. Maybe first finger long tone. Maybe second finger. Third finger. Fourth finger. Try that on all the strings, maybe first on A, second, third, and fourth. Okay, that's step 2. Step number 3 is scales. As many scales as you know is fine. The more the merrier. Start off simple, maybe good old D major scale quarter notes. 1, 2, 3. And you can do minor scales, if you know minor. Maybe I'll do A natural minor, for example. I'm listening for really good intonation. Step number 3, scales. This is the time when you can really track your intonation. Let's say I'm playing G major and it's not very in tune, right? I'll play out of tune. That's not in tune. Go slowly and think about the notes. Use your ears. Don't just breeze by it. It's easy to play fast. It's harder to play slow, trust me. Step number 4 is your etudes. I've got an example right here. There are plenty of resources online that I can share. You'll find these like technique books, etude books. This is Shattuck, for example. The pieces in here, they're not going to be pretty. They might be boring, but they're really important. For example, if I do number 1 really quickly, you'll see number 1, it's not very pretty. It's just a left-hand workout. If I play that real quick, an excerpt, right? Number 1. And eventually that can get faster, right? Not very melodic, but it is a good left-hand workout. There are tons of exercises out there. They range from simple things like slurs, right? Etc. to other things eventually like double stop exercises. So on and so forth. The final step, step number 5, is the repertoire. The songs, for example. These are the pieces that you would play in concert, play for your friends and family, maybe in chamber groups with yourself or other people. I've got a repertoire book right here. Again, I have tons of resources online to share if you're interested. One of my rep books, I don't know, I could just pull out like the 41 Campagnoli Caprices, for example. These are pieces that you would play in concert, for example. It's really important to only practice your pieces at the very end of your practice session. I know that when you take out your viola, violin, you're really going to want to go to the pieces right away. That's the fun part of the music. That's the part that everyone's going to hear. You're going to want to play it the most. But I promise you, you'll have to get through everything else first, right? Proper instrument setup, then long tones, then you can do your scales, then your exercises, and finally the pieces, the songs, the repertoire. In terms of how long you want to practice, it's really up to you. So you can start off with a small amount and over time play more and more. Most of my students, they might practice 3 times a week, maybe 4 times a week. You shouldn't be playing more than an hour a day to start with. 1 hour every day is good. If you can hit that 3 days a week, try 4 days a week, maybe 5 days a week. Maybe bump 1 hour to 1 hour and 30 minutes, maybe bump 1 hour to 2 hours. It's really up to you. As long as the practice sessions are focused, meaning no TV, no phone, no Netflix, and I love Netflix, but no Netflix, right? Very focused practicing. And I promise it's going to be more fun, and it's going to be a lot more beneficial. Those are the basic 5 steps that I've outlined. Instrument setup, long tones, scales, etudes/exercises, and repertoire. Feel free to write with any questions, and happy practicing!